Hello and welcome to the first installment of Breakfast with Brothers. Today I have Zachary Cody with me, and my name is Ian Cody.
What's up, party people?
So as you could probably tell, we are brothers, so that's always a plus.
Damn, no way.
Especially with the name we have, so if we weren't brothers, that'd be awkward. But so we can just start with the mini bio of ourselves, kind of introduce ourselves to you guys, to our listeners. So Zach, if you want to start that up, go right ahead.
Oh, baby, of course. Yes, again, like Ian said, we are brothers. Grew up in Sullivan County, New York, and, a little bit after that, went through school, at the same place together in Liberty, and went off to college at Alfred University and got my Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Followed that up with an MBA, a little bit of dual degree action. Now living in Binghamton with my wonderful wife and working as an Amazon online salesman running my own business. Not kind of using my degree to a little bit of the sense, but that's besides the point. Living it up, doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and now a podcast. So
Great, yeah. So same backstory. I grew up in Sullivan County, obviously, but I went off to SUNY Fredonia. I ended up getting a bachelor's degree in philosophy with a minor in creative writing and music. And as of right now, I'm just freelancing, working for an AI company. Not really using my degree per se, but it definitely is using it in the noggin. But other than that, we just started up this podcast, and that's where we're at today. So,
and here we are, back again in the sack.
Yeah, back again.
Back again, back again, back again. Backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for all you listeners out there, before Ian goes ahead with it, we are the Breakfast with Brothers, looking to put you people on to some lovely thoughts, opinions, ideas, topics that everyone wants to hear. Whether they're controversial or not is completely up to us, completely up to you guys. And we'd love to, obviously take some input from outside the realm of just Ian and I. So, we're welcome to people coming on. We're welcome to people sharing their thoughts. We're welcome to people sharing our content, and we're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be all over the place with Spotify, as far as podcasting goes. And of course, we're going to have, a little bit of a hub there on Facebook. And eventually you'll see, once our content gets rolled out, we'll have weekly episodes that roll out, sometimes a couple times a week, sometimes a few times a week. But, it's going to be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Nothing will ever be the same. We might talk about similar topics and go off on tangents and whatnot. But, as Ian said, this is Breakfast with Brothers. Breakfast not required.
Yeah, I mean, the whole start of this podcast was for me and Zach to get up in the morning, talk to each other, keep in touch with each other, and we ended up just sitting on doing a podcast because it's something we've always kind of wanted to do. I most certainly wanted to start up one, and Zach was more than willing to help me and start up one together. So really neat to have that start up and actually come to fruition. But let's talk a little about like guests and how we'd like to work that. We'd like to have, Zach touched upon it a little bit. We'd like to have some input from you guys, talk about topics that you'd like to discuss. But we'd also like to have some of you guys on. We'd love to hear your opinions, talk with you about certain topics that maybe you're passionate about or that you were interested in talking to us about. So that's, of course, down the line, future plans, but something to keep in mind. I'm sure we'll have plenty of guests on as things continue to move down the road. But just to add a little to the entirety of what we're trying to go for here.
Yeah, we'll start with a little bit of the backyard boys. Maybe eventually we'll lean into like Elon Musk. Who knows? Maybe we'll have Rihanna on here. That'd be sick.
Dude, yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Dude, maybe one day we'll have Derek Jeter on.
Dude, we'll do some live music. We'll have someone sing to us. Maybe we'll have like Celine Dion do some of her crazy singing for us. That'd be pretty cool.
Honestly, I would love for Dave Grohl to pull up to our podcast.
That would be sick.
That would be sick. talk to him about his music and shit like that. So that would be really neat. But of course, that's, well, maybe possible. We'll see.
Maybe possible. If we manifest it now, it'll probably happen. We'll have to start small. We'll start talking to people like the Lonely Island Boys, like Andy Samberg and his crew or something like that. Then eventually we'll work up. We'll have Markiplier on here or something. We'll start talking to Ninja. We'll get streamers up in this hoe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we can get them, I'll take them. We can get anyone like relatively famous, I'll take them. Yeah,
that'd be sick. I don't know what they'd talk about. I feel like if we wanted to talk about what they do for a living, we got to put them onto something that they don't normally talk about. Like we bring, Post Malone on and he talks about like Pokemon or something. Or we like bring on, Rihanna. Like forget music. If we were going to bring on Rihanna, we talk about like, why Jersey Mike's, is the best sub sandwich place, or like, why she, I don't know, won't eat sardines or something like that. I won't eat sardines. I don't know. I feel like I probably can sit in the 98% of people who hate sardines. So the other 2% are like, I know Marquise loves sardines. He's a buddy of mine. For all the listeners out there, Ian knows Marquise. He's
I know Marquise.
Interesting guy. An interesting guy to put it plainly. But he likes sardines, and that's not allowed. I'm not going to allow that. I'm still his friend, but I can't be his friend for the sardines. If we are only friends because we hated sardines, then that would be cool. But we are friends for everything else but his likingness of sardines.
See, that's like people who hate mashed potatoes. Who hates mashed potatoes?
You can't.
No one.
You can't. First of all, they're potatoes. Second of all, they're mashed. Third of all, you put anything on it, cheese, bacon, chives, scallions, dude, it elevates the sour cream, anything. It elevates the level of the flavor.
If you hate potatoes out there in any variety or just mashed potatoes, you need to go see a therapist.
You can't come on our podcast.
You're banned for life.
Unallowed.
God,
it is a true shame if you're I feel like potato is a versatile thing. Obviously you have tater tots, waffle fries, shout out Chick-fil-A sponsorship. Let's see what else we got. Potato wedges, they go hard. I've had a good potato wedge from like local grocery stores and they hit just as hard as like if you got it from, I don't know, like some chicken place, Raising Cane's or like KFC or something. But KFC
some place that sells potato
normal
wedges.
French fries. Some place that sells potato wedges.
Then you gotta think about like the Nathan fries, like the crinkle cut, like
the crinkle, the fat crinkle. Yeah. It's like a steak fry crinkle. I don't know what they were smoking when they got that on, but they were smoking the best stuff. Because if they figured out that concoction out of the gate, there's no way that wasn't their first thought. They were like, you know what? Let's just do steak fries. And then someone down the line was like, dude, this was bad idea. No. Yeah, they were just immediately thinking otherwise. They were just like, whatever direction we go, it can't be steak fries. We got to do something out of the world, out of this ballpark. Got to do something outside the stadium.
Dude, and then they add that little like pitchfork in there to pick up the fries.
Yes, the little red fork.
The staple.
That's like when Taco Bell started giving away sporks with their meals. Nathan's has the red fork. I mean, well, back on Taco Bell, they give you cheese with their fries, So what are these other restaurants doing? They make you get ketchup like at their side station? No, yeah. I think they should always give you a sauce. Yeah, it's like you go to McDonald's or Wendy's, they give you sauce with their nuggets. I feel like if you're gonna buy fries from anywhere, whether or not that's fast food or fast casual or a restaurant, there should be some sauce with those fries. There should be some sauce with any potato. Any potato needs a friend. And that friend should be barbecue, ranch, hot sauce, obviously ketchup, but, mayo, honey mustard, hell, anything, yum sauce, you name it. It should have a friend. They shouldn't be alone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, sometimes you're eating those fries and you're like, oh, man, I could really use the sauce right now.
Yeah, it's like trying to eat peanut butter without a drink. Or like peanut butter and fluff without milk or something like that.
No, I wouldn't know.
Like it's like dry cereal. Like that's what I envision when you're having fries with no sauce. It's kind of the same thing.
Dry cereal, yeah, like just eating like a spoonful of Frosted Flakes, no milk.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Bound for failure.
Exactly. That's like going into your fridge and like you're making dinner, but you don't have any olive oil, you don't have any butter, you don't have any sauce to cook anything in. Everything's just fried up, burning on the pan. You're eating burnt, dry food, chicken, steak, whatever. You got nothing. You probably are an ashy person at that. You dry skin, no routine, nothing. You probably have blackheads. The bottom of your heels, look like the Sahara Desert. I don't think you're in any good light of a health ratio at all.
Yeah, probably not. No hydration. Hydrate or dihydrate.
Yeah, that's shout out Seth Spicer, legend from CCHS community, Connected Community Health Support. We'll have him on the podcast. We'll talk hot heat with him eventually.
Oh, absolutely.
But no, it's true. It's true, because if you're not drinking water, you're pretty much asking to live a short life. Probably die at 35. Go to the grave. Someone's going to bury you with bottles of water just because you weren't knowledgeable enough to keep up with it.
You think the water will actually hydrate their bones?
Yeah, 100%.
If you put like just a bunch of water and then the body in the casket or something like that, you think it would just
you fill the casket with water and then put the body in it, or just closed water?
Well, I don't know. Like, what were you going for? Were you going for like bottled water, or were you going for
That's
like
what
just
I'm saying.
straight water?
Kind of like not like as a joke to the dead, but as like a damn, this dude didn't drink water, so we're gonna bury him with his valuables, because to him the most valuable thing in his life could have been water. But, he made the mistake of not touching it. That's like people who hate water. Like, shout out people who don't like potatoes. If you don't like water, you're not coming on this podcast. Sorry. Not sorry.
Sorry, Ryan. Mountain Dew boy.
Shout out Ryan Cunningham, Mountain Dew fiend, Mountain Dew sponsorship. Honestly, if he worked as hard to drink water as he did Mountain Dew, he would be an entirely different person. And he'd probably be rich just from drinking Mountain Dew. They'd reach out to him and they'd be like, dude, listen, we're coming out with a new Mountain Dew flavor every year. We need you to try it and be there, and we'll pay you $15K every time you pull up. Honestly, companies need to start doing that.
Yeah,
tomorrow,
I think
today.
he deserves the Mountain Dew sponsorship, dude. Like, if anyone does, like, he drinks enough Mountain Dew and purchases enough Mountain Dew to probably 10 times, he could have spent all that money on everything else, but he spent it on Mountain Dew.
It's true.
So, like,
to all our listeners out there, this was a coworker, by the way, at our old gig at Bethel Woods Center for the Arts. Just a good buddy. Drank too much Dew and not enough water. Pretty much what it comes down to.
Too much Dew, not enough water. He's gonna dehydrate.
That should be a bumper sticker. Too much Dew.
Too much Dew. That would be a great bumper sticker.
Too much Dew, and not D-O, D-E-W. Too much Dew. Now, not like dew on your lawn when you wake up in a cold morning. Not like the dew. I can't think of another example of dew, actually, besides Mountain Dew. Dew.
What if instead of... What?
The games, I think it's like Stardew. Stardew?
Oh, Stardew Valley?
Stardew, yeah. There it is. Yep, there you go.
So let me hit you with something. What if instead of Mountain Dew, it was Dew Mountain?
What do you mean?
How would you feel if that was the name? Instead of Mountain Dew, it was Dew Mountain.
I mean, I feel like that would make more sense, because that's where they're sourcing their dew from.
Yeah,
if it was Dew Mountain, I think that's the idea, that they're getting their dew from this mountain. Because like right now, Mountain Dew. I mean, I guess in the sense, Mountain Dew exists as dew from the mountain. But if you say Dew Mountain, then you know that there's a mountain named Dew. Like the mountain's name is Dew, and that's where the dew's coming from.
Do you think Do you think a Mountain Dew tastes like Mountain Dew?
One more time. Repeat that question.
Do you think Mountain Dew tastes like dew from a mountain?
I don't know if I've ever tried dew from a mountain, or can I? I mean, I guess that would be like spring water or something in some fashion.
Is that what you would expect?
If it was Dew
like?
Mountain, yeah, of course. I mean, I guess the mountain produces the dew. So if I was drinking something that was coming from a mountain called Dew, then yeah, it should taste like the dew from the mountain. 100%. I mean,
so Mountain Dew
that's
definitely
not up for
tastes like Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
like
right,
Mountain
exactly.
Dew,
Yeah, so Dew Mountain tastes like Mountain Dew. That's right. Again, another great sticker. Point is, if you had it on a bumper sticker, it'd be like a mirrored image, and it would be like in that super, neon green color that Mountain Dew is, or whatever color that like
the battery
neon,
acid color. Yeah,
neon yellow green. Yeah, exactly. Battery acid green. Yeah,
well, unless you get different flavors, but like main
that's a
Mountain
Crayola
Dew,
crayon.
Green. That's a Crayola crayon.
Yeah, battery acid green.
Dude, I want that.
You can't color
Crayola.
much with it. I guess you could color like maybe a sun. A sun is pretty close to like that light yellow color. That's like those same people who think that yellow Gatorade is green or something like that. The people that insist
Oh, yes.
that yellow Gatorade is not in fact yellow, it's green. And I'm just like, what do you mean it's green? It's not green, it's yellow. And I've never called any Gatorade flavor by their actual flavor compound. I've always called it the color. So for the people that call yellow Gatorade green, those are the same people, that are going to use battery acid green to color the sun that color. Because they're for sure thinking that every time they pick up that crayon. Not that this crayon exists. Shout out Crayola. But I think if it did, those same people would color the sun battery acid green.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because honestly, you're right. Like Mountain Dew isn't like a green. It's like almost like a dark, vibrant yellow, like very thick in color. So it's in a green bottle, so that's why it looks green initially. But when you pour it in a cup, it looks a little bit closer to like getting towards like more of a yellow. And I think with the Gatorade, it's like that's yellow. It's not green. If you're looking at that as like green, there's probably something wrong with you, because
it's like colorblind people.
Yeah, but like also everyone looks at, you can all have a different interpretation of a certain color too. So like even though it's like this red is red, you're going to like view it differently than I would, and like it would seem like different to you in pigment than it would for me. So we each have like an understanding that this is red, but it is going to look slightly different to you, in comparison to how I might view it too. But
that's the
thing. Yellow like, Gatorade is yellow.
And that's the thing. They have a green Gatorade, and I think it's like Cool Cucumber or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like if people were confusing orange Gatorade as red, but there's already a red Gatorade and an orange Gatorade, so like that's easy. But like if there wasn't a red Gatorade and there just existed orange Gatorade, I know for a fact that there would be people out there that would be calling the orange Gatorade red. And I know people that call orange red, like orange things that they'll call red. I'm like, that's not red. That's not red. Not even remotely close to red. And there's a lot of colors of red on the spectrum. You got like parts of burgundy, got like mauve, you got,
maroon.
Purple has some red in it. Brown has some red in it. That's right.
I didn't say brown. This is maroon.
What did you say?
Maroon.
Oh, yeah, like my hat, maroon.
Yeah,
see?
Exactly.
Part red in it. There's part red in this hat. Shout out Gatorade sponsorship.
Yeah, please. We could use anything at this point.
Mountain Dew first. I think that's PepsiCo. Gatorade. I don't know. Mars maybe. Might also be PepsiCo.
Please reach out to our email. That would be great. Thank you.
Also could be Coca-Cola. I'm not actually sure.
Sorry about that, guys. I just had a little issue. I can hear you, Zach, but your camera's settled again now. Sorry about that issue, guys.
Did the wait music ball everybody up?
Oh, dude, I hope so. They're gonna love it. It looped like 3 times.
Perfect.
Great.
Did your recording keep going? For me, the timer reset. So.
Yep, I still got the recording. We're all good. So.
All right.
We got
sweet.
About 7 minutes left. So.
All right. Cool. Well, hopefully,
let's
the
keep
recording
pumping.
on your end, like if it backed out or whatnot, will be good, and hopefully nobody got too scared.
Are you scared? Shout out Grant.
Shout out Six Flags Great Adventure. Second sponsorship. We'd like a new ride in the park.
Sponsorship.
Thank you very much. Might be the third if PepsiCo or Coca-Cola hits us up.
Specifically Mountain Dew, though.
Specifically.
Yeah.
We'll be like one of those restaurants that wants to, like when they're deciding, which flavor and branding to jump into, if they do Pepsi or they do Coke products and stuff like that, we'll be like, whichever email, we get first. If it's from PepsiCo, we'll probably have to be that restaurant that only houses like, the Sierra Mists and the Brisks and the Pepsis of all peoples and places and the Dews. So it's just one of those things. I don't think you can be a restaurant and get lucky. Like you just kind of got to reach out to both of them and pray that they send something back to you. They're like, oh yeah, we'll give you our product. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you'll see in later episodes, you'll see a soda fountain behind me plastered with Pepsi, like up there, and it'll just be straight Mountain Dew across the board, nothing else.
It'll be Dew Mountain stickers. They made them custom for us.
Yep, Dew with a mountain.
Tastes just like Dew Mountain. Dew Mountain tastes just like the dew from Mountain Dew. Dew Mountain, Mountain Dew, Dew Mountain, Dew Mountain, Dew.
That exact quote will be written on there, and it'll say Zach Cody on it.
That's exactly what I was hoping for.
It'll be across the United States, and maybe even the world if we're lucky.
Wow, across the U.S., that'd be sick. International?
Yeah.
Breakfast with Brothers goes international? I wonder if people are going to have to, start eating like dinner with brothers. Like, if they're like, if they're calling in from Europe or something like that, or maybe like, Eastern Russia, like, who knows?
Yeah, wherever you're listening, it might not be breakfast, but you can just replace breakfast with whatever you're having whenever you're listening to it. So, it could be your breakfast, could be your lunch, could be your second lunch, could be your dinner, could be second dinner.
Could be second dinner. Could be fourth meal. Shout out Taco Bell. Sponsorship. Thank you, Yum Brands.
I was thinking more like hobbits, Middle Earth. Second breakfast.
Absolutely. That's what our podcast name should have been. Second Breakfast with Brothers.
Shout out Sam and Frodo.
Samwise Gamgee, the goat.
Yep.
It was Pippin, and what was his brother's name? Pippin and God, I'm blanking so hard.
Mary and Pippin.
Mary, there it is.
I'm pretty sure. Please don't quote us on that. I love Middle Earth, but I also have I have the memory of a mouse.
We got goldfish attention span over here. Can remember stuff for up to 6 seconds, and then after that, it's like, oh, we're podcasting. Oh, second breakfast. Again, this would be huge to have the AI questionnaire sheet to the left or the right of the podcast, so that way we could just pull up, whatever we need, info on the spot, right there, right then.
I know. We just need to have 13 screens, or something like that. Second monitor.
I lost you.
They say you don't live life until you have at least 3 monitors.
Oh, there he is.
You lost me.
The audio just cut out for 3 or 4 seconds.
What is going on your end, Zach?
Listen, I think you said something about 3 monitors. That's okay, though. Either way, talking about Middle Earth. Shout out Gatorade. Shout out everything. Because without this remote studio, we wouldn't be able to talk today. I'd have to drive 3+ hours just to be able to sit in the studio for breakfast with brothers.
Yeah, it would be tough. I mean, we're having a little issues, but seems like it's figuring itself out. But yeah, if we didn't have this, we wouldn't be able to record what we want to do. So, shout out Riverside for that.
Shout out.
very much appreciated for their program and software. But yeah, no, it'd be very tough to do the podcast without some sort of recording studio that is able to take upon both audio and video from a distance. Just as though it was like you're on Zoom for work or class or something similar, some other program similar to that. This is just as capable, and if not more capable. So very appreciative of that fact.
No doubt. And thinking about remote possibilities, obviously of all things that went wrong with COVID and the shutdown and quarantine, the good things that came out of it were possibilities like this. Being able to sit in classrooms, sit in video conferencing meetings, shout out Microsoft Teams, Zoom, everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We wouldn't be here today without the need for those things.
Crazy how many people were shouting out, man. They're going to be hitting us up.
It's going to be like that. Inbox is going to be hitting. I don't know if that snap came through, but it's probably crisp in the mic.
Somewhat.
We're going to have to start doing slam poetry. We'll have to bring like pots and pans, make noises. Maybe we'll play a couple instruments, see if the mic can pick everything up. Bring some maracas in.
Just a massive anvil and just slam a hammer down on it.
Honestly, whatever works. Eventually, like we said, having people like Post Malone in here, Rihanna, we'll get some musicians in here. We'll probably have some people doing some musical talented stuff. I'm sure of it. I could feel it. So,
dude, one of these days we'll have some live music over this. But for right now, we're gonna have to wrap up this episode. So thank you guys for listening. Again, apologies for any recording mishaps that we had. We're still new to this, so please, we appreciate your time and your patience with us. Come back in a couple days. We'll have another episode released. We're planning for a release of that one on Friday, hopefully. This one should be released by Wednesday. So follow us on Spotify when we get that out there. Look up our YouTube channel, Breakfast with Brothers. And then we also have a Facebook, and we'll have some links sent out throughout tomorrow. So please, subscribe if you like what you hear. If not, tell everyone not to listen. Do whatever you got to do. We don't care. But thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys later in the week. Out for the I'm walking the bull, out for the out for the out for the out for the out for the
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.